Hai Stephen.
Mbak Inge, ini IAPT ini singkatannya apa ya, Mbak?
Perkumpulan Alumni Teknik Perminyakan Trisakti. Disingkatnya IAPT.
Hello, good evening, everyone. We're going to start our webinars sharp at 9:30. So we're just waiting until all the participants join the room. Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to SPE Women in STEM Talk, second series of leadership webinar. My name is Nisa Satyaswari. I'm the committee of SPE Women in STEM, also part of board member SPE Java section, and will be the moderator of this webinar. In this section, our distinguished speaker will share their journey, career journey, and also how to promote gender diversity and create opportunities for women to step into leadership roles and pursue their career goals. Also, learn how to do effective communication and improve our networking skill. Women in STEM is part of SPE Java section in Indonesia, and as part of the SPE International, SPE Java in Indonesia has a current member 380 professional and also 4,700 student member. And tonight we have our distinguished lecturer is Mbak Inge Sondaryani. Selamat malam, Mbak Inge.
Selamat malam.
Yes. So
Everyone.
we going to learn her experience and also learn how she used the communication and also networking to step on his career path. And I will going to read the CV first. So Mbak Inga is the account representative of Security DBS in Halliburton, Indonesia. And also after that, continue as a country manager as a security DBS in Halliburton. Then moved to as a development manager as a precision drilling Indonesia, and also business development manager in scientific drilling international. And then starting in 2014 until today, working in the National Oil Welfare Co, starting as the business development manager and now current role as a country manager. Mbak Inge has graduated from the Petroleum and Engineering of the Trisakti University 1987. And also she has a lot of organization actively in the IATMI, the Ikatan Ahli Perminyakan Indonesia, and also a member of the alumni of the Perminyakan Trisakti. And she also still have the contribute to the community is Ibu RT, and also have 3 loving daughters. So during the presentation, please turn off your voice and also your video. We're going to have a Q&A session after the presentation, but during the presentation, you can drop your question on the chat box. Okay, without further ado, I will, Mbak Inge, please. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mbak Nisha. Can I start?
Yes, please.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, SPE Java Indonesia, for having me this evening. It's an honor to be here among fellow professionals, although not physically, only through screen, but this is one of the ways we adapt with this current condition. I am going to share my experience on the subject of communication, how to influence in positive ways, develop your network, and how to be the leader. Next slide. Next one. Next slide, Nisha. Okay. Okay, let me start. I can become who I am today based on 3 main aspects in my life, which are my early career, my career journey, and then my families and opportunities to live overseas. Those trees that I mentioned has made me able to develop myself, having effective communication, capability to build my network, and opportunity to make me an effective leader. Next one. So I recall when I just graduated from petroleum engineering, myself and my college friends were trying to get jobs. Of course, everyone expected to have an ideal job, such as reservoir engineer, drilling engineer, or production engineer, etc. One of my senior encouraged me to apply a job in one of the biggest operator at the time. And while I was waiting for the final interview, I received an invitation for an interview from a local Indonesian company that represented good quality of oil and gas product, and I got the job. So it was a dilemma though, whether I take the job or wait for the ideal job in the big operator. My parents both encouraged me to take the job with the local company. They said, "Hey Inge, you better take that job and start working. It's better working than waiting for something that had not happened yet." So I decided to take that job, becoming a sales technical engineer. And during that time, I met colleagues from different universities, different ages, different backgrounds. And I also learned that as an employee, we must have the capability to motivate ourselves, self-initiate, and manage our time to ensure within 8 hours we're able to complete all the tasks assigned to me. Then I was fortunate that the principal of that agent provide good training programs. And based on my performance, that principal noticed the value of me. So they offered me a job to join their company. Then I start working for multinational company. And then in this multinational company, I continue learn those that I mentioned earlier. And those, the most important thing I learned about the work ethics. So what I learned from the experience though, I learned that we never turn down the first opportunity to get jobs because we never know if there is another door actually ready open for us. Next slide. Then the opportunities start to open up for me. I was able then to pursue my career, starting from a technical assistant, which I was reviewing and analyzing bid record and provide the bid recommendation. Then I got an opportunity in the same company to be an account reps, where I start seeing more people and preparing commercial aspects such tenders, pricing, etc. Then the company gave me an opportunity to be the lady, to be the country manager for drill bit division for security BS. And I was 33 years old at that time. And today I'm assigned as the country manager for to manage Enovi Downhole in Indonesia. Next slide. The third aspect that impacted my life was the opportunity to live overseas. It was the most difficult career in Earth, which is becoming a homemaker. I was struggling to adapt to be a homemaker, but I was immediately able to start appreciating the changes. I start enjoying my new occupation, looking after my family, raising my daughters, doing the domestic chores such as cleaning up, washing dishes, cooking, mopping the floor, etc. And keep in mind, this was happened before the social media era. So the only media available were Yahoo Messengers, emails, or calling card, unless you want to pay fortunes to call your friends back home. Long story short, then I start meeting friends from different nationalities, and I learned a lot positive things from them. Next slide. So what I learned then from this experience, I learned to understand different custom and culture from different friends with different nationalities. I learned to do multitask between looking after my families, doing housework, and doing remote consulting work. And also keep in mind, there was no house assistance. So managing my time was very important to ensure everything can be done properly. And then the important thing that I also stayed keeping in touch with friends in Indonesia, optimizing the Yahoo Messengers, email, calling card, and always try to meet my friends and customers every time I visit Indonesia. Next slide. So my early career, my career journey, and my opportunity to live overseas have made me become who I am now. So next, I want to share about how to be able to communicate effectively. You all can see here, I list some items here. We will start with listening first. Most people, of course, love to talk. Everybody here, of course, love to talk. Some are very seldom willing to be a good listener. And actually, this is the key. We have to be a good listener. To be able to communicate effectively, you must a good listener. Let your team or your customers to complete their side of conversation. Please do not interrupt. Next, talk the same with respect and friendliness. I also believe that we must have the ability to talk the same to everyone we met with respect. We don't treat people different despite their background or their position. And understand who you are talking to. Always try to understand who you are talking to or meeting with. Especially these days, most people have social media. So very handy for us to have sneak peek on what they like, what they don't like, their activities or their background. So based on this information, we can prepare ourselves to have effective communication with those persons. And be prepared to be confident. This is an experience, okay? One of my colleagues one day asked me, "Hey, Mbak Inge, why you always look neat?" And I told that person that I prefer to look professional most time because I do not want to stress out about my hair looks like, my makeup, my dress, etc. when suddenly I have to meet my clients. If we look professional, then we will just focus on the meeting conversation topics and the goal that needed to be achieved during the conversation or discussion. Maybe during this pandemic, maybe this is not longer necessary, but I am a believer, especially for ladies, if we look professional, our mindset will always be positive and clear and concise. It's important that we always prepare on the subject of our discussion. We meet people for specific goals. We don't want to waste our colleague time or customer time just because we are not ready. So be always prepared so we can speak clear and concise. Next slide. Okay, so people that have effective communication usually able to build a good network. How we make it happen? First, we have to building professional friendship. When you're able to be those I mentioned on my previous slides, then you will be able to build a good networking, a professional networking. People will be comfortable talking to you or meeting you. And then go in with no expectation. We meet people sometimes due to our job requirement, but sometimes we meet people only for social activities. So please be sincere and go in with no expectation. Active in social activities. In addition of my job as country managers, at the moment, I am also quite active in the social activities Mbak Nisha already mentioned earlier that I am the chairperson, famous to be called Ketua RT of Sutra Asri neighborhood. It's been almost 7 years now. This is the area where I live. And I also a chairperson of Golf Drilling Indonesia, where there are more than 300 members, active members. And also I am the chairperson of Petroleum Engineering Alumni and member of IATMI. How do I handle this then? I will explain later. Keeping contact. It's important that we keep in touch regularly with your colleagues or customers, not just related to business. Do simple things such say hello, happy birthday wishes, happy Eid, happy New Year, and provide small attention. You won't believe that these will be giving us a very great impact. And stay positive. Don't forget, try to stay positive always, although life and work's not always perfect. Keep smiling. We are the one that able to bring that positive energy to ourselves. I will never forget one of my customer told me that we are the one that create our happiness. So try to stay happy. Next one. Then when we're able to have the ability to have the communicate effectively, develop the networking, then we can have ability to influence people around us. Then we can be called or we can be considered ourselves as a leader. When you are a leader, you have to be a role model. Your day-to-day activities important. The way we handle our daily activities are important. When you are considered a leader, you need to be a role model. You don't need to say much. Your positive behavior, our positive behavior and action will speak louder than our words. The important thing also empowering your team with the ability to communicate that we can empower our team, keep their spirit up, encourage them. When things not perfect, of course, we have to also advise them, let them know what need to be corrected and supervise them. And treat your team as partner, not subordinate. And you know what? Sometimes the way we treat our colleague in the office is very important. Some people might change the way they treat their friends because they are now becoming the managers. I personally prefer to treat them as my friends and partners. I manage, yes. I take the whole responsibility, yes, but I give them supervision when required. Will be effective and treat them again as your partner. And be proactive versus reactive. Again, life is not always smooth. At work, also the same. And as the leader, your role to find the solution when your team not able to do so. Be proactive to solve the problem, find the solution, so your team knows they have someone that always be there for them. And next one is trust your team. And this is also important. You must trust your team. They can do the job. Have faith on them. Delegate some jobs to them and guide them. And by the way, these pictures of me with some of my team at work, I call them my dream team, and I'm so proud of them. Next slide. So what is the conclusion then? The conclusion, we have to always willing to learn. We have to have effective communication as the key. Expand your network, develop as much as we can. Spend time with everybody in the positive way in every social activities possible. Then empower others at work and at anywhere possible. So if you can have those, then you can call yourself as the leader. Next one. I think the previous one is my last slide actually. So thank you so much. Again, I am honored to share my experience with you all. But before I end my presentation, I love to share these words. This is captured from my favorite song from Disney song. They said, have faith in your dream, and someday your rainbow will come smiling through. No matter how your heart is grieving, if you keep on believing, the dream that you wish will come true. And then let me allow one of my daughters sing for all of us before I hand back over to the moderator. Thank you so much.
Have faith in your dreams, and someday your rainbow will come smiling through. No matter how your heart is grieving, if you keep on believing, the dream that you wish will come true.
Thank you. So
Okay.
I hand over to
Yeah.
Mbak Nisa.
Thank you so much, Mbak Inge, for your very inspiration presentation. So now we're going to have a Q&A session. You can also ask directly by raising your hand. And also, when I note your name, you can also open your video. Okay, maybe I have several questions now in my hand. It's like this is first related to your leadership journey before we talking more about the communication and networking skill. So, what do you what would you say are the main skill that are essential to be an effective leader? You say that you have a very diverse also team. As I know, as you working now, there is also several deliveries for the team on the field work and also during the pandemic as well. So maybe you can elaborate about this.
Okay, let me try to answer that, Manisha. I think at the moment, everybody aware that the pandemic has made everybody, I think, facing challenging business or life, right? But it's very important as the leader, we have to keep our positive spirit and then try to find any solution to survive, and then talk to your team. Don't knock your team down, because we are in the same journey, in the same boat to be survive. So that's what I said to the team, that we're together. And then again, because I treat them as my friends and my partner, so we are easy to understand that it's not end of the world. Okay, it's always there's a rainbow after the rain, right? So number one, keep the spirit always positive, and then showing to your team that you are the leader, and then you always on the positive mode. Hopefully I can answer that question, Manisha.
Okay, but so this is also some comment from Ima Agustina. It's such a beautiful ending. Yeah, I see the quote is very also powerful, and also your daughter singing very beautifully.
Thank you,
So,
Maima.
and the second question, could you share with us what the most challenging task as a leader, and how did you overcome it?
Okay, my experience as the leader, the most difficult time it's when the company situation have to do some cost efficiency, then I have to reduce some costs. When after I reduce some costs, I have to go to the next level. That means I have to reduce my team. That would be the most difficult for me, because especially when I know them personally, yeah. But as long you explain to them in the right way, most of them usually understand. Because I mean, like, sometimes you lost your job not because you are not good, but the situation maybe will have to let you go. And then if you're good, and then the process is smooth, the door is always open for those person that leaving the company. So that's, for me, that's the most difficult thing that I have to do, and I have to do it. Even sometimes I had a little bit, flow my tears, because especially when I know the person.
Okay. Okay, now we going to open some questions from the chat box. Maybe Pak Teddy Komarudin, you can say ask directly to Mbak Inge.
Yeah, I see this one, the Mas Teddy, yeah, maybe can ask question, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to ask some question?
Already put on the chat.
Okay. But you can also directly say it, but I can also reading for you.
Can you read it
So,
for me,
yeah, okay.
please?
Well, this is from Pak Teddy. Is when you firstly joined Halliburton, did the company give you field experience such as cementing, simulator, or logging jobs? You said you become
Yeah,
like an account representative, but your background actually also petroleum.
yeah. Okay, Mas Teddy, when I just joined Halliburton, I work as the technical assistant in the security BS, where I was selling drilling bits. So at that time, I got a chance a little bit to go to the field, just to like witness or run the bit, but of course supervised by the company man at that time. And then I think my talents maybe more into the sales, and to the preparing the proposals, right, and then manage the company. That's why I think not long I got a chance to move my career from the technical side to the management side. So I did not involve in cementing or stimulation or logging jobs.
Okay. And also the next question, this is from the Ilina Yusra. If you want to directly say something to Mbak Inge, please
Okay.
just open your video or your voice.
Okay. I think I don't feel that way, Elena. I mean, like, I think Elena question is, I have a question. Have you ever feel like you are being belittled by other colleagues or by clients because you are a girl or Asian? And then what did you stand up for yourself and prove them wrong? I mean, of course, there is experience like that, right? And then as long you're doing the right thing, stand up. Yeah, we are professional, and stay professional. And then as right now, I think there's no any issue on gender. We can see a lot of ladies working in everywhere in oil and gas, including this is, I think, one of my friends here, Ima. I met her when she was with Slumbersea. Hi, Mbak Ima. So I think everybody should be proud as the ladies that I think the potential to be down by different gender is getting less right now. And then my message to everybody: as long you're positive, as long you're professional, and you know you're doing the right thing, always stand up for yourself. And you don't need to prove them wrong. Okay, time will tell. Okay, Just focus on yourself.
Okay, something that this is related to the communication, because communication is like a not only that one way but two-way communication, and this is something that I feel very we lost the social interaction, especially during the pandemics, and also everything suddenly done in virtual way. We just look at our screen, only voice, not able to see our colleague. So h- how how do you have some like tips or trick how you do the effectively still communicate, still make sure that they also achieve their goal, because in the house everybody have also taking care of the children, or other activity that maybe interrupt their job. So how you can manage your team during this, and how you communicate with your team.
Okay. Number one, that when you are, you understand, right, that even you're working from home, then there is responsibility that have to be done. So I'm trying always like treat everything the same. Even when I work from home, I will, number one, get up early, then take shower like normal, get ready, be prepared as normal, like pretending like I'm going to the office. So that will make my energy is positive that I'm working actually. Maybe because my children already growing up, they are in the junior high school. Maybe they don't really, like take my time to, like to supervise them when they're studying. But still, I have to look after them. But so far, because I'm trying to be disciplined when I work. I close the door. I mean, like, and I leave the room like when maybe I will when I feel thirsty or I feel a little bit hungry. But important thing that you have to treat yourself like you are in the office, so you're not getting distraction from everybody else.
So is there also any changes of the strategy how you like
Communicate.
because we no, I mean the deliveries like now based on the deliveries go, not based on people how many times they're working, or is there any kind of
Yes,
adapting in your strategy?
maybe in the beginning a little bit challenging, but now I believe everybody here also already start adapting, with this new normal. So think the deliveries, everything is normal. I do believe that my team is responsible enough. They are not somebody that have to be called, hey, you know what you're doing. They deliver everything as they should. Okay, so so far I have no issue with the team. The number one, you have to trust them, right? And then I also believe they are honest to the company. Yeah, they don't consume their time for something that not necessary, and then everything delivered. Because I'm a person that believe based on driven rather than like, oh, I have to see you all the time. Yeah.
Now I'm going to open question for Daniel. Daniel, you can directly ask to Mbak Inge.
Mas Daniel.
Hello, Bu Inge.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the presentations. It was very inspiring. So I have a question, especially for us as a student, probably many of us watching this right now. I wonder if you can give us some strategy to connect or engage with recruiters, specifically in oil and gas company, because I realize right now we cannot meet directly with them. And the second question is, how do we maintain that relationship genuinely so that we don't look like pretend to ask something from that. So it is a genuine relationship. Thank you.
Okay, you talk about junior relationship, right? Yeah. Okay. Are you graduated from university like ITB or something? So, okay, when you are in the junior and early career and looking for the job through the LinkedIn, for example, my suggestion, right, you still have to look professional on your LinkedIn. Yeah, your pictures, everything that you put of it, all try to be professional there. Okay. Then if you are part of the alumni, usually your alumni has groups, right? And then from them you can understand who has the job openings, because I mean, like, and got the reference from your senior. Okay. Then try to spend time even through virtual. Try to join all the activities. As the chairperson of my alumni, I'm trying to provide all the webinars to make my junior, my younger generation, able to see their senior, and then make them feel comfortable that they can ask questions or they can discuss everything with their senior. Yeah. So again, with on your LinkedIn, you have to look professional too, because that is your windows. Yeah, you have to look good. And then sometimes I see some pictures maybe not really maybe not decent. I mean, like, so stay away from that kind of approach. It's answered your questions.
Yes, actually, the second question, like, how do we maintain that relationship? Because specifically, like right now, the recruiter is not from UGM, so uh, she is from another university. But I really like to engage with her, but I do not know how to start or to maintain, because we have talked before, but it's been like 1 year right now since before the pandemic.
If you know their numbers, I think it's okay. You can contact that person, say hello in the polite way, yeah, with WhatsApp, and then do not ask straight question. Can I get a job? Not like that, right? But it can start some small conversation, right? And then make them remember, where you met first, all that question, and ask maybe, can I give you a call? I think maybe not everybody will take that, but some of them will be okay with that. Yeah, you have to try. If you never try, then it's never happened, right? So feel confident. If not happen, don't make your spirit down, because there's another opportunity. Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mas Daniel.
Okay, maybe this is also related to in a normal situation. Normally, like you are have a several position as account manager, right? And normally, how could be perceived as not too much when we try to reach out to the client, for instance, like having a coffee or uh, having a lunch during the talk, and then how we handle this better, and how do you separate between personal and professional life, since you said that you treat everybody equally, no matter the position, no matter it's a client or your vendor, something like that. So how do you keep this is occasion for professional, and this is occasion for like a private, and not
Okay.
mix between, and not, yeah, cross the border?
Okay. What I was referring, friendly or professional, related to the works. Yeah, I mean, like, we do not really. I think there's a time maybe that we feel comfortable each other to talk about personal life, but when in the beginning, we still talk about general life. That's why I mentioned earlier that you have to sneak peek about who are your person talking to. For example, if the person like badminton, you can study about who's the famous badminton player right now. Or if the person like golfing, you talk about golf. Or if they don't like golfing, then don't talk about golf at all, because that will be turn off the conversation, right? The discussion. So I mean, like what I mentioned, what I meant talking different, not differently, is the way we talk. We polite to everybody. We respect to everyone. Does that answer the questions?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So
There will be take some
okay.
time, Anisha, to be able to be a
Yeah.
personal conversation with friends. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a lot of questions, Mbak Inge,
Okay.
today. So
I'm trying to
like
answer
very
that.
enthusiastic. Yeah. So now I give the Michelle Keisha. You can ask directly to Mbak Inge. You can like unmute and open your video.
Okay, thank you. But first, I think I can't turn on my video because I am outside right now. So apologies for that. So good evening, Bu Inge. Firstly, thank you so much for the amazing presentation. My name is Michelle Kizia from SPE Trisakti SC. My question is, how do you keep the positive momentum going with your team right now, especially during hard times like today? Thank you.
Okay. That's true. It's not easy, but again, if not me that trying to, I'm the captain, right? Then if the captain start getting negative, then how can I take the boat reaching the safe place? Yeah. So I do always try to make myself positive by, for example, like doing the small thing that maybe kind of listening to music before I reach the office. And then like again, or maybe like I mentioned earlier, make myself looks professional, right? That will make my spirit, my emotion is always try to be positive, right? And I know it's not easy, but so far it helped me. It's not easy at all, especially when the pressure from everywhere, right? Because everybody obligate to deliver everything that we promise, right? But when you're positive and you make yourself positive, I do believe you can make yourself. You create it, yeah. Don't let people, stay away from people that negative. So stay, be among those people that bring the positive aura to you. Create it, yeah. Don't let everything negative make you down. So I think I just do the simple thing, Michelle. I mean, like nothing's fancy. So, but it will help me when make yourself listen to the music that good beat. Don't listen to the sad song. Okay, look for the movie. Sometime during going to the office, I look to the movie that about kindness, about friendship. It will make, oh, okay, this is life about. So it will keep the positive always in my heart, in my mind, and that it will be transferred to the team. Yeah, is that okay? The way I answer that, is that what you mean?
Yes, it's a very good answer, Miss. So you mean like we have to keep ourselves together and we have to keep our minds to a more positive side, right?
Yeah. I mean, like this, okay? It's your choice. It's your choice. You want to be positive or negative, yeah? You want to be, look at, if you are going somewhere on the on the left side, maybe a lot of garbage, and on the right side, a lot of nice scenery. It's your choice, which one you want to see, okay? It's on your call.
Okay, thank you so much, Mbak Inge.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mbak Inge, now I'm going to ask you about adaptation because in your profile, you suddenly in the top, then suddenly stop. and move to another country. And you said that the era not like now that we can easily communicate with the social media and
Yeah.
everything. And it means there is a between job before you continue again as a professional.
Yeah.
Maybe you can share that.
Yeah. So when there was a time that I had to leave my job because of the family. So that's why when I said about I still keep in touch with my colleague, my friends in Indonesia by at the time like I think Yahoo or emails. And I think starting in 2000, maybe you said 2008, maybe there's a Facebook, right? At that time, start engaging with my friends, especially was with those professional friends. So when I returned to Indonesia, from maybe like 5%, I was able to develop my network to 10%, from 10 to 12 to 20, and it's growing up. Again, why is that? Because we treat people the same. I'm getting older, and then most of my customers right now is the younger generation, and then I'm trying to understand the millennial generation doing their business, right? In my office, the same. My team, there are maybe very young. They're graduated recently with 7 to 10 years experience, and then so I'm trying to adapt with them, not make them have to understand me. I'm trying to understand the way they're working.
So when you expose to the different culture, you live in Netherlands and you live in Canada.
Yeah.
What kind of the like a positive culture that you bring on your current professional life?
I think number one is on time, being on time. Yeah, I mean, like when you promise to come at 7, then you be there before 7. You don't make people wait for you. I think that's what I learned when I live overseas. And discipline, and then on the road, right? Very rare to people honk you. Yeah. And then a lot of positive thing. Of course, there's some negative, but we're not, I don't like to talk about the negative side, just focus on the positive side. But discipline, and then the time management, I think that's what I learned in my experience living overseas. And then maybe this is nothing to do about work, but I really appreciate my house assistant right now, because when I was there living without the house assistant, I know that, oh my God, that I was so lucky when I have house assistant around me. I can do salon, hair place without thinking about, oh, I have to go home because my children, maybe need to be fed, right? So there's a few things that I appreciate during my opportunity to live overseas. And then one more thing, when I was in Holland, also I learned about you buy when you need it. Like people in Holland, they don't waste food, they don't waste everything. You buy everything that you need. That enough, Manisha?
Yeah. Okay. Now we have also another question. Please correct me if I spell your name wrong. It's from Penakaron. Penakaron. You can also ask directly. If not, then I will just
Yeah.
ask read. Very good talk, Mas Inge. I would like to know how to deal with the activities or action in your position that you may feel against with your principal, especially in the leadership roles.
Let me try to answer this one. How to deal with the activities or action in your position that may, okay. Number one, that if you recall on my first slide, I learned about the work ethics. I think we keep that until now. So I think most multinational company or national company, we are very strict with the business conduct, right? So everything that may be uncertain or not really clear, I always ask my supervisor whether can be pursued or not. Okay, and then if this is right away against my principle, I won't do that. I won't do that further. Is it answering your question, Pina?
Okay. Okay. Let me. This is also related to the current situation that everything is shifting. Even though it's not like a flip flop, it takes time. But this is also we in the oil and gas industry also facing some downturn couple times, especially in the beginning also pandemic, but we have like a minus oil price. So how do you see the future oil and gas industry, and then how we can see is how we adapted as a professional, and also what is your advice for a young professional in the industry?
Okay, let me try to answer that. Um, during many occasions when I meet my junior in my university, especially, I always encourage them to try to take every training or adding the skills that maybe not really related to the oil and gas, but still can be used for oil and gas. So, for example, like tender specialists or HSC specialists, quality specialists. This is nothing to do with the oil and petroleum engineering, but you can still work for oil and gas, right? Or you can do the business. I think a few weeks ago, I think I presenting to my university. I showed to them pictures of rigs, and I asked them what you can do there actually if you're doing the business. There's so many things, simple things like you can providing maybe eggs, like vegetables to the rig companies, for their catering. So actually, a lot of things can be done or can be becoming a business if you know the opportunities. You don't need to be again. You don't need to be always in ideal work, but you can still be in the oil and gas industry, but doing something as the support function. Yeah. And then, of course, right now with the oil pricing that challenging, but nothing is getting better. I'm still optimist that oil and gas industry will be good for many years. And then, of course, in addition, we also have the clean energy that will be an addition for Indonesia. And then right now in the I think every government of course trying to expedite the clean energy like geothermal or solar panel or a windmill. Yeah, but still I think oil and gas will be contribute significantly to the oil and gas, and hopefully we all the government will pay attention maybe a little bit further, so the investor will be coming, the process will be simpler, right? And then the goal to have the 1 million barrel oil production can be achieved. Okay.
Okay. I think before we closing this, I have also one question, since we also promote the gender in this session, and I don't want to see a leadership based on the gender, but because leadership is equal for everyone, and also have a potential for everyone regardless of gender. But you become like a country manager when you're 33 years old, and you're working in a male-dominated industry. You have a lot of subordinate that may be older than you and also different gender. And also you also maybe have also a female engineer on the field. So how you come with some of the gender issues, and then and how you promote this that everybody is equal.
Okay. For me, it doesn't matter you're a female or male. Everything is based on result, right, Manisha? So I look at the result. For example, if there are two candidates, maybe that I interviews, and then one is male, one female. If the female maybe not as by expectation, I probably will be hiring the male, right? So I don't look at gender as my base to make decision. I am the result. I trust on the performance. I trust on the result, right? And then the attitude. Okay. I look people the same. Okay. I mean, like we are given maybe different by God, you're male or female, but actually functional, everything at work, we can perform the same. So the ladies here, don't make yourself feel like inferior or maybe too superior, right? Because it's not good as well. Make everything balanced, that we as the female can contribute as same as the male. Yeah.
And maybe also you have to raise your voice and speak up if there is something
Yeah,
that
of
make
course,
you
and
uncomfortable
in
on
the
the
right
field.
way.
Yeah.
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 And in the right way.
Yeah,
Respect.
because
Yeah.
because we working also there is a code of conduct and everything that we can also uh, send some message about the if you have an issue. Okay, is this a very inspiring night, Maringa? We are come
There is
to
a
the
question
end
here
because now
though.
it's 2030.
Okay.
And there is
Manisha,
also, yeah,
there is
yeah,
few question here that how can I answer that though? There's a
there is a,
question from
I think all, but yeah, you can also once more.
okay. Is asking me that I keep how you keep being active in organization, sharing knowledge, support, although you are busy at your work, how you manage time between your family, career time, because you are active as moderator in EAPME and active in cancer awareness, and then how you always appear by vibes. So again, when I can delegate my job, I try to delegate. And then start early. So when you start early, then you have more times, right? If you start late, then your time will be limited, and then you have to, work a little bit late. I'm a morning person. I prefer to work as early as possible. So when quiet, nobody's start calling me, then I know what things to do today. And then whichever that I can delegate to the team, I delegate. Not because I'm lazy to do that. Number one, when I am confident they can do the job, then I let them to do the job. Then I can do something that more important. Yeah, and then even in my sport, even though I'm the chairman of the golf, I have good friends that we're working together. That preparing everything in the right way accordingly. Okay.
Okay, I think we are at the end of our discussion.
Jen was my role model.
Yeah, there is a lot of chat questions still up and coming,
Yeah.
but
Okay, maybe I can
unfortunately
answer by email.
it's
Yeah.
already almost 1 hour now. I think
Yes.
is it very like enthusiastic, and also people really want to ask you a lot of things based on your experience. And I put some keynotes here related the communication. And this is part of important as a leader is always listen, not listen to people. So they're more comfortable to you and they be able to open up and speak up. And we can get also some values from them. And also always prepare everything in advance so you be ready, you set up your goal, you focus on your work, and also clear and concise. And also trust is important because if you trust and your employee or your whatever it is, then they're building some relation with you. Also they will be able to responsible also on their task. And also as a leader, be role model. There's like a walk the talk, what we call say it. So what you say, what you do is what actually reflect on you. And also you always respect people. The way you communicate in a even the different level, different young generation, also different gender is all with the respect. And also, as you mentioned in your quote, this is a very nice quote. Believe on your dreams. Maybe someday it will happen. No matter what, don't afraid to dreams. And when you believe in the dreams will come true.
Yes.
So Mbak Inga, thank you so much for this
Thank you
evening.
everyone for listening the presentation. Appreciate that.
So hopefully you and family also in healthy and safe.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the Woman in STEM Leadership Talk. We will see you in other leadership session. Good night.
Then I got my friend, my childhood friend here, Stephen. Stephen, how are you?
Okay.
He's my junior high school friend in Balikpapan.
Okay. Okay, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Mbak Inga.
Maybe we can take a group chat if
Yeah.
you be able to open your
Sure.
video before you be closing. Please do so. And Fanya, could you please like take some
Picture.
picture? So if you're ready, just open your video so we can take a picture.
Yes, everyone, maybe can open the video.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm wait.
Okay, Fanya, you can count.
Oh, okay. Okay, Bu Inga, in 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Gaya bebas. Okay, you can do.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Okay.
It's all okay. Good night, everyone. We'll see you in another session.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a good
you.
evening.
Thank you, Mbak Inga.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a nice
Thank you, Mas
weekend.
William.
Yeah, thank you.